So for as long as I can remember, I've always wanted to get a fully fit set of Mizuno irons, and with this year's Build the Bag series, today is the day that is actually going to happen. Down here at Bearwood Lakes at the Mizuno Tour Performance Studio, which is just through this door, and it's a relatively new facility. Only been here like a year and a half, but come actually check it out. It is absolutely class. I mean, it's well, for a start, shaft nerds paradise, irons and woods. Got a TrackMan system here, up on the wall fitting. Got this, which I'm really excited about, a new DNA system. So for shaft fitting, I've heard really cool things about that. Got all the irons to choose from. Jacob's having to dance around here. Got all these irons to choose from here as well. It's amazing. So for the Build My Bag series this year, what I've been doing is putting clubs head to head. So drivers head to head, wedges head to head, I'm going through the full bag. But for irons, I've only ever wanted a really cool set of Mizuno blades, and I've wanted them for years. And finally it's come to fruition that I can, because there's no point getting fit for multiple sets of irons and then trying to decide the best, because if you're getting fit into a really good set of irons, they're all going to be performing very well. But it's the feel, it's the whole romance of actually having a set of Mizuno irons. That's what I really want, and that's what I'm so excited about. And really lucky because I've got the tour fitters who are actually going to guide me through the process, going to get me fit for an amazing, beautiful, wonderful set of irons, but then also going to be going into the Mizuno tour truck. They're going to be built here on site at Bearwood Lakes, and I'm going to actually be able to take them away. Tell you what, do you want to introduce yourself, guys? Be easy to do. Matt and Al, so you first, mate.
I'm a tour rep here at Mizuno, based here at Bearwood. We're not out on tour.
What about yourself?
Yeah, Alex, tour manager and product manager for EMEA golf clubs.
So I've got everyone. I've got the brain trust here. They should be able to figure out this perfect set of irons for me. But what's the starting point? Because I've got so many toys arrayed here. What are we going to be doing first?
Everything that we'll look at to start with is using this little gadget here.
Okay. Now this is, I've been informed about this thing. This is the new DNA system. It does shaft flex, lie angle, angle of attack, gives you a better swing. I've heard a lot of good things, but in a nutshell, is that basically it? Is it just that calibration system? And
yeah, there's a lot more going on in there than what we're taking out information-wise.
Right, okay.
So it's measuring all sorts of different things. We're literally, in terms of what that's measuring, we're looking at a very slim level of information, but it's enough that we can fit you.
It's enough to know it's not a blade for you, Pete.
3 shots with that.
I think we only need 1 shot, lads, to be honest.
Yeah, full set.
Oh, absolutely melted that one.
Strike and ball flows are obviously important, but when we're looking through the DNA, when we're looking at what's going on, we're much more interested in your goal swing. You know, the fact that the ball is there and the fact that you've hit it is just a byproduct of what's going on. So it's looking at these 5 things. So head speed, important. It's not the be all and end all. You know, it's not something that we're really going to get too hung up on. We certainly don't want to lose head speed. But the other 4 numbers there are how you get there. So that's much more of an important part of when you're looking at certainly shaft flex and shaft weight. Cutting these numbers up and putting them in very simple terms. The interesting parts are when you've got high or low numbers. So everything is coming through from a 1 to 9 number. Sounds very Latin, but simplified it makes a bunch of sense. So tempo being, you know, your change of direction, so how aggressive you are. You know, you've got something that, if you've got something that's really tearing into the back of it, weight's going to help for starters. You know, something that, you know, you've got something very light and you're already trying to change direction. Feels like you've got a licorice pole, very difficult to kind of get it into the slot you want it to be in. Okay. Toe down, kick angle, and then release. So the tempo there for you there at 7 doesn't mean you've got an aggressive move, if you like, but it's a deliberate change of direction.
I'm not an aggressive type of guy. I'm pretty relaxed.
Going to bring to the surface 3 shafts there now.
Right, okay, that's cool.
No surprise really with what we're seeing from your head speed and your change of direction being nice and deliberate. We are looking at something in the 130 grams. You know, it's a heavier weight, which You know, if we went back old school and just did it on your head speed alone, you know, you've got good head speed there at 96, 97 mile an hour, your 7 irons, so it's a good tempo. Good. When you're looking at shafts, you're looking at bend profiles and how they flex. You know, it's all well and good shaft manufacturers telling us what they do, but you need to break it down and really understand how each individual shaft flexes, which is what that is.
So regardless of whether it says S or X, you'll actually have some popping up the same because their actual bend profile is very similar.
Okay, I've never really kind of looked into this in any detail, so I'm trusting you guys to know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and that's the paper side of it, but then you have to turn that into dynamic and hit some shots.
Don't laugh. That's the point where I'm like, I'm trusting you guys to know what we did. Yeah. Not. Yeah.
All right, we'll do our best.
Yeah. So we've got the KBS Tour, the C-Taper 130X, the S-Taper 130, also an X, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Please. Obviously. Classic X1.
Yeah.
Classic kind of guy. Okay.
Still one of our most used shafts, I'd have said.
Literally gone through my entire life not knowing how tall I am, don't know my blood type.
Just stand up nice and straight, let your arms hang freely, and then just make a fist with your left hand. That's it. Now visually behind the ball, the head design.
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, that looks just to me like a very classic, clean blade.
First strike, wasn't it?
That was pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. In terms of your ball flight when you're out playing golf, what's your tendency?
It's fade life.
Okay.
If it misses, it's generally right,
Yeah.
but I don't mind that. I want to miss right. Jacob, that's all I came here for. I came here for the shiny things.
If we can manage your ball flight and give you something that's going to be able to be a little bit more flighted,
Yep.
that's I think something that's going to be a positive, because if anything, you know, you do tend to hit it quite high.
That's probably my bad strike, so a little bit low on the face. Still that same shape. But
Okay, that's interesting you say, because if you look at the last two shots you've hit, yes, that one, as you say, was a little low on the face, but actually the consistency of ball speed, if you look at that versus the one previous, you got 124 off the face versus 124. So you know you're a few grooves down on that on the face, but you haven't lost any efficiency out of it. If that makes sense, you know.
That's
so
good.
that's where the blades over time have changed so much. You know,
Oh,
again,
yeah.
this is our most up to date MP20, but it you know, you rewind 8 years and you hit a blade low on the face.
yeah.
You know, you lose 15 yards. So
That's interesting. I'm obviously here to get a set of Mizuno, so I'm already kind of obviously invested in that. But that shot, if you'd have not shown me any data, I'd have been like, that's a good 10 yards less.
Yeah,
which
is
is
a nice reassuring.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely, yeah.
It's still, although it's packed up in a very sexy package, it's still packed full of forgiveness.
Oh,
Tagline right there.
that is like, you've just described like the perfect relationship for everybody watching, guys. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for a partner to see you through the tough times in life, you want something wrapped in a sexy package, but it's also got a heart of forgiveness.
Different sound off the cob face though compared to the first. I think the first one was a little more of a thud, a bit more heavy ball, wasn't it? That was a little bit glancy.
Yeah.
Would that be a fair assessment?
Yeah, I'd say so.
The X1's so hard to beat because of its unique bend profile. You know, the tip is very, very stable. So unlike the C-Taper, which is very progressive in its flex, it doesn't really have much of a spike, it just gets progressively stiffer throughout the shaft. The X1 feels quite soft in the middle, but then it gets really nice and firm in the tip section. Nice strike. Slightly different head. I just want to see what this does.
What's this?
More so for me.
What is this? What have you given me?
That is. Yeah,
Look at this.
That's the MMC. There's been a very healthy split really between MP20 Blade and MP20 MMC. You know, out on tour, for instance, there's still a bunch of guys using these. They're still a real sexy package. They just offer something slightly different in ball flight. More so for me, just thinking out loud, I was thinking long irons.
Okay.
Just so you don't get too offended moving away from the blades.
Fine. I get it.
It would be interesting what this feels like off the face.
Okay, I understand. I understand what he's trying to say. 2 steps away from getting them big op metals out, I can tell.
What did that feel like? Go on, you can say it. Felt nice.
Felt alright.
That one was 4 inches left.
Oh well.
Of target.
Let's put it back then.
Yeah, pulled it. Sounds powerful, doesn't it? Sounds nice off the face.
I gotta be honest, I don't want to say it feels better than the M20, but like, well, the blade, like, but.
The MMC, because of the tungsten and the titanium, for me, it feels like the blade, but you've almost got a turbo strapped to the back of it. You know, it feels so solid behind the hip.
I think that's going to be a whole separate video. That how do you describe a blade with a
blade with a turbo strapped to the back of it.
Blade with a turbo strapped to the back of it.
Yeah, and then it comes down to what you want to go to bed with. You know, that's 6 and 2 3s. It is, you know, and there's a little bit more positives in the MM. I'll stop talking for a sec. From a performance point of view, I'd be eyeing you towards those. Yeah. Certainly from, you know, I would be happy as Larry with a split set. You know, if you go, right, let's go 4 irons to 7 iron MMC for the stability in the longer irons. But yes, I still want the play and the manoeuvrability of the 8-9 wedge. Yeah.
I'm very much going into this process with, I'm going to accept basically whatever you tell me is going to be the best recommendation. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to not let my ego kind of get involved, and feel-wise, performance-wise, these feel great.
Lyingle have suggested 2.5 flat. So I'm not sure what yours are or what you're used to.
So that would be basic. Well, last time I got properly fitted, it came out 2 flat. So
okay, good. So
yeah, that sounds perfect.
When we come back to the optimizer and what that's monitoring, you know, it's monitoring what's going on through impact. So when you've got that hit, it knows what it's at. So you know, if you're 8 foot tall and you're delivering the club face, you know, up here, it knows what's going on. The fact that you're just getting a fraction more out of those, but also not sacrificing feel. You know, you're not losing feel. No. You're not losing that visual look down at address. So it kills 2 birds with one stone. You've got the performance benefits, but you've also got the real sleek looks.
Gotta go with performance. Mm-hmm. Gotta go with performance. And if these are the ones which are coming out better, yes, this is more shinier all over. But this, you know, also has shiny bits.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, fitting done. Now we're going to be heading over to the tour truck to actually get the clubs built. Now, if you've not seen on a tour truck before, it's pretty cool. The tour truck is here because it's not really scheduled to go out on tour, or I think it's until May. So in this time period, this is why they're doing all the club builds here. But just look at this amazing entrance to this range, by the way. Kind of built into the earth, or the earth's built up into the range. Just looks really cool. And look, heather, lavender, plants, beautiful. So I've never actually been on the Mizuno Tour Truck before. I've been on many of the others and they are very, very cool. I imagine the Mizuno one is going to top that list. So let's have a wander on. I think they've already started building the irons. Hope so anyway. Now, the first thing, which is very impressive, it is press to open. There we go, we're in. And here we are. Oh, it's the first massive positive. It's just got,
it's quite warm.
20 degrees warmer. This is it. This is the tour truck. What are we doing?
What are you doing? Over to us for this one. So, first thing we always do is we'll always cut shaft raw. So we have detailed spec lists of all our irons, all our bore depths. So the first thing we do is we'll cut everything to the right spec, depending on whether they're standard length, plus quarter, half inch. We've got all the detail. Finish the ends so that there's no sharp edges when you're putting the grips on, that they come through the grips. We'll sand the end of the shaft so that the glue sticks to the inside of the hosels. Bring it through to the grip station behind here. So we always dry build, so the heads will be loose and we swing weight. Make sure the swing weights are bang on there. We glue them together. Pop them on the drying rack and cook for 10 minutes or so, and then yeah, the most important final stage, loft and lime machine, and then hand them over to you and no excuses.
I've always just used tool welders, but I'm willing to make a change. Like corded, I've not had a corded grip in years. Back in junior golf days, it was like a sign of a player.
New introduction as well this year, we've got the Tour Velvet Plus 4.
Okay.
So I know you were used to more of a Tour Velvet mid-size kind of feel.
Yeah.
The Plus 4 is kind of somewhere in the middle. You know, you've got the idea behind it was your standard grip with 4 extra layers of tape.
We're like an excited child at the end of life. And we are good, they are complete. So from fitting to build to in my hands. So we've got this split set. So from 7-iron to the 4-iron, we've got the MMCs, and then we've got the MP20 Pure Blade from 8 down to wedge. So you already know the specs, all the rest of it, but I'll throw them up here. It's been just a class day. Really, really cool. I mean, to get fit down there, to go into a tour truck, to get that tour experience, it is, yeah, it's pretty cool. And this experience as well, guys, it is open to the general public. You can log onto the Mizuno website, find out more about it. You don't have to book a long way in advance for it though, but I'm just so excited to actually get these, get out on the course. You know, the main part of my bag, of the Build the Bag series is now here. Oh, look at them. Look how shiny they are. And guys, just want to say a massive, massive thank you for watching. Also, there is a giveaway linked to this video, which is on Instagram at this moment in time. So hop over there and check it out. Just want to say a huge thank you to Mizuno for having us down, for letting us have this whole experience, and of course for getting me these irons as well. Guys, if you have enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, get down to those comments below, let me know what you think about what the best irons are in the world. Obviously, I'm going to say Mizuno right now, but I think that's an opinion shared by many people as well. But if not, let me know in the comments below. And guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, or if you are a returning watcher and you haven't yet done so, please do that as well. Okie dokie. Let's find somewhere to hit these, shall we?